So we'll choose this file, click submit, and oh, okay, maybe not. Yeah, it'll be 17. Sorry. Okay, so let's refresh. So we've got JPEG. Now this we've achieved the result that we want. However, we need a dynamic way of choosing this extension, because we're not always going to rely on knowing how many characters the file name is. For example, if I chose file.php and click submit, nothing comes up because this is not work, because we don't have exactly 17 characters up to the dot. So we need another function which is called strpos, which stands for string position. And what we need to do is we need to grab the string position from name of the dot, okay, and then we need to add 1 to that. The reason we need to add 1 to that is because we're looking for the position of the dot, and then after that, meaning 1 after that, we need to take, and that will be the j. So we find the dot, 1 after that will be j, and then the rest will be pg. So let's just check how this works. Remember, we selected this image file first and we click submit, so that seemed to return everything correctly. Now let's choose the file.php, click submit, and you can see that it's given us PHP. So just by combining these two functions, we found this really easy way to grab the file extension. And then obviously, as well as this extension here, we've got the type of file here, so that can go up there for now. Okay, so let's remove these, and what we need to do is perform a couple of checks to see if the file is what we want it to be. So we want it to be a JPEG file. So we need to add in, just after here, we need to say if not empty name and extension equals JPG, or extension equals JPEG, because sometimes they can be named JPEG. What we can also check for is, it would be a good idea to check for uppercase as well, because otherwise it won't be allowed. So what we can do is we can actually say str to lower, and what that's going to do is that's going to take the extension name and make it lowercase. So we don't need to check for JPG in lowercase, JPEG in lowercase, and then in uppercase. This is going to automatically make the extension lowercase, so we only need to check 2 times. And then we need to say type equals image / JPEG. Okay, so now let's see, oh, empty. Okay, let's take this out of here actually, because yeah, let's take that out of there, and we'll create a new if statement down here. So if, and we can paste that in there, let's just get rid of that and that there, so it's nice and tidy. So if the extension equals JPEG, or the extension equals JPEG, and the type equals image JPEG, then we process this. So let's just indent that so we look neat. Let's just check where that's going to end. That one ends there, that one ends there. Okay, so let's just indent that. Okay, so we've performed a check now, and then we're obviously going to add an else on there. So echo file must be JPG, JPEG. Okay, so let's give it a test. Let's choose a file. We're going to choose this Nicola Worsley file, click submit, pass error on line 11. So let's go and debug this. So 11 if empty. Oh, there we go. We're missing another bracket on there. That was me messing around. So let's refresh the page. Oh, and 13 as well. Okay, should be there. So let's check what's wrong here. It would be 1 missing on there. So I'm missing out all my brackets. Okay, so that's uploaded. So let's go and check that. That might have just overwritten that file again. Yeah, so it has. Let's just delete these actually, so we can keep an eye on what's happening and what's not. So let's just star in there. Let's just delete these files here. Click yes. Okay, so as far as we going now, there's nothing in here. So let's try and upload our image file again. So choose file. choose that, click submit. That's uploaded. So as it stands at the moment, we presume that this has been uploaded. So I'm going to click on upload. Yeah, it's there and everything's worked. Now let's go and try and upload a PHP file and see what happens. Submit. File must be jpg/jpeg. So now you can see how we've used these two methods of security. We're first of all checking our custom extension, which we've taken from the name, and the original type of the file, and we've checked for that. So we're checking that the file exists. And now obviously you can add in more logical operators to check for different types of file, but there is actually an easier way to do that using arrays. So we'll do that probably later on. So that's basically a bit of form security. In the next video we're going to be talking about how to check for the file size, which we've currently got grayed out here.